The documentation library. Within EPR, any form of notes or any kind of document that is created, whether it's from an M page, from a clinical note, perioperative documents, for example, or anesthetic chart, they're all kept within the patient's documentation library. So once you're within the patient record, you can access this via menu and click on documentation. Within this page, you can see all the various documents that are stored for this patient. You can find the documents by looking at the date, which is in chronological order. You can look at the subject name. You can look at the type of documentation, as well as the clinician, for example. You can view the notes by clicking and making your way down. Alternatively, you can click on the next note. Within this document library, there are some useful functions we should look at. First of which is the add function. This allows you to create a dynamic document or a clinical note. How to create these are covered in a separate video. You can forward this onto a fellow clinician to sign or review. So for example, you would choose the document you want to forward, click on the forward, choose whether it's sign or review, then choose the name of the clinician you want to send that to with a comment, and it will send it to them. You can make modifications to the existing documents. You can also see an audit trail of the changes to this document by clicking on the View Document History. As well as this, there is a filter function which can be very useful, especially when the patient has an extensive set of notes. The first drop down shows you the different options available to you. You can create more filters, which I will show you in a moment. Let's click on Advanced Filters. So what this allows you to do is filter through the documents by different options. So you can search by the status of the document, by the type of encounter, by the document type, as well as the date. And these will all help you narrow down your search. Say, for example, you would like to see maternity notes for your patient. Under the document types, clinical documents, you can expand that. And if you work your way down, you will see maternity. If you want to see all types of maternity documentation, you would tick that. Or you can expand it and see further subdivisions of type of notes that you may want to filter through. Apply. If it's a fresh search, it will ask whether you would want to save this filter. Let's save this filter. Save. So now you see the display is set to maternity and it's filtering through the notes to see if there is any maternity notes. This patient obviously doesn't have any. But this filter will now remain available for you as a personal filter. So when you go through a different patient, you can activate this filter when you want. Let's create another filter. Click on the advanced filter again. This time I would like to search for anesthetic documentation. So I want to create a new filter. So click on new. Everything gets reset and you can create a new filter. So clinical documentation, so I'll expand this. General acute, expand this. And you will see anesthesia. We'll select by clicking on the checkbox. You can further subdivide the search by expanding the tree and choosing further down the list if you want. I'm going to leave it as the main group. We'll apply. We'll say yes to save the filter. And we'll call this one anesthesia. And save. And as you can see, with the anesthesia filter, there are two documents to be seen. When you click on the display, the maternity filter we created previously is still there. So now I can flip between the two filters seamlessly. In this manner, you can create more custom filters, which allows you to go through the different types of documents with ease.